Hey there guys, it's Boxerdog17 coming at you. I'm just going to show you guys a quick tutorial on how to tame a few things. This will be part of our taming series for ARK, alright? Any animal, you guys put in a request, you guys put in a question mark on how to tame it. I'll go from the basics such as dodo to something more complex like a rock drake, okay? So without further ado, let's get started. I'm gonna go fucking catch some dodos. Alright guys. Food's looking bad. Everything's looking scarce right now. We're living off of berries. This is basically the first step that you do in this game. This is the first animal that you want to have tamed. Right now. And that animal is a dodo. Alright, so taming a dodo is relatively simple. You can knock it out either using your fist, using a bat, using trank arrows, using a slingshot. Anything you need, you just need to knock it out. So right here, we're going to knock it out with our hands. Takes a few hits sometimes. Alright, there we go. He's knocked out. Now, dodos, like any animal, need a certain food to tame them. So we're gonna put some berries in him because that's what he eats. For like a level 10 or for a level 20, I like to put about maybe 15 to 20 berries in there. They tame relatively quickly. If you'll see that purple bar right there, that is their unconscious meter. So that bar, as soon as it goes down, it'll wake back up for being knocked out. The more narco berries you put in, that'll be the blackberries you see. The more you put in there and the more you force feed it, the more that unconscious bar will stay raised. And that tan looking bar below, that is your taming meter. So every time it eats, that bar will go up, and once it gets full, it'll be your tame. It doesn't really matter what kind of berries you feed it, as long as it's not the stimulating berries, the white ones. Or the narco berries, because obviously the narco berries alone won't tame it. It needs to have any of the other type of berries. Alright, so let's name him Ted. Alright, Ted, you are ours. And we're just not going to pay attention to the fact that you're a female. You're still Ted. We had a few other dodos that we had tamed last night over here too. Okay, so with taming dodos, they have a few benefits. You know, they're like a low-level creature, so they're not that hard to tame. Unless they're like a higher level, then it'll take a little bit more time to tame them. But for the most part, they're pretty low level tame. They're not good at fighting. Not good at fighting at all. They'll die pretty easy if you put them up against something. So it's best to have them in like a safe spot. I'm just gonna grab this other dodo right here, real quick. You see this guy's level 85. We're gonna put him in our little territory right here. Close the doors behind us so that we're safe. Okay, so dodos, they're relatively simple tames. You can tame anything from like a level 20, level like 10 to level 100, and it'll all be the same way. You knock it out, feed it berries, and then eventually it'll be yours once the tame bar gets full. Dodos have a few benefits to them. For instance, they lay dodo eggs, which can be made into a basic kibble. This basic kibble can be used to tame a lot of herbivores, such as the parasaur for one, great berry picker, and a few other herbivores. You'll be able to dodo dex them and actually see which ones exactly take which kind of food. That's especially helpful when you're taming a creature you don't really know that well. And for instance, if you do the dodo, it'll show that it eats berries. So once you get some dodo eggs, the eggs, the more food you give them. So the more food you give them in their inventory. For instance, look at this one right here. This one doesn't have any berries. If I give it these 20 berries right here, it'll start eating them, and then eventually it'll start laying eggs because they need more food to produce. Alright, so we'll come back when he lays an egg.